What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Look, I got a question, all right? And it's about Umar Johnson. Do you guys think he gonna be able to recover from all this? Because it's a big one, y'all. I mean, there's always controversies and stuff, and usually when you got big figures, right, who put on a persona, right, and then that persona gets challenged by, the truth, and they get exposed, so to speak, right? And I try to the exposure portion, look, everybody got issues. There's not a perfect person out there, right? And so Umar Johnson's not perfect, right? He's a very intelligent guy. He knows a lot, right? But I think we all know the dude is a horn dog, right? He's a horn dog. I'm just gonna say it like that. He's a horn dog, because I used to try to watch some of his shows, and I couldn't do it because he's laying on the bed licking his lips and shit. I'm like, what part of Pan-Africanism is this? You could tell the dude subscriber base was mostly single mothers, right? And then, and he always used to say, black woman's God. I say the black woman's God too. She is. That's the thing. And if you African, you know that, right? But we are also God. But we've always, as Africans, worshipped our women because they're the portals for us to come to this three-dimensional world from the other side, right? We've always honored that. We've always been pro-woman in the African culture before European and Asian religions came and bastardized our culture, right? But you can't say the black woman is God, respect the black woman, and act like you're curating and protecting the black woman. And then when you have an issue with one, you get on the internet and you start talking about her kitty cat, right? In a most egregious and disgusting way, right? And when I saw it, I was shocked, right? But I wasn't really. But I was shocked. I was shocked that he went that far, right? I ain't gonna lie. I was like, but I mean, the black woman's God. How you gonna talk about God like that? Like, you blasphemy, bro, blasphemy, right? And then it's like, if it was all like that, why you kept going back? We knew it was bullshit, and we know usually when a man attacks a woman, what's the first thing they do? They try to say that they stuff don't smell right, right? And when a woman attacks a man, what do they say? They say his thing like this big. It's standard issue shit talking. But if you are a doctor of child psychology and you tout yourself to be a doctor, that's why I don't know if this dude is doctor, because a lot of people done debunked his doctor credentials before, right? But he say he a doctor. I'm sorry, a lot of people be calling themselves doctor nowadays and they don't be doctors, right? And that's the thing. So I don't know. So I think from now on, because people start to get mad at me when I say Dr. Umar Johnson. And I'm like, well, until he prove it, which he's never done really, and usually that would be public information. And you have to recertify. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just go to school, become a doctor like 20 years ago and you still a doctor. Like, nah, bro, you got to like recertify. There's license required for that type of shit, right? So he may not be a doctor no more. Maybe he was at one point. I don't know, right? But and there's no graduation pictures. There's no, no certificate. We don't see nothing, right? So Umar, right? But we can't say he ain't smart. He's book smart. He can regurgitate a lot of stuff. His message overall in general is the message that we need, but his actions and his message don't line up, right? But bruh, this time, he fucked with the wrong chick, right? He effed with the wrong chick, right? You can't be coming on the internet and talking about a woman like that, especially somebody you've been intimate with. It's like, come on, y'all were intimate, right? If you got any kind of issue with her that's involving business, keep that shit on business. How do you go straight to that immature, right? That immature teenage mentality online, especially when you got thousands of people who watch you. Millions of people saw that shit. You disrespected a woman on the internet. And how you gonna sue somebody? Like, she can sue you for defamation. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't talk about, I got my lawyers on it. It's like, first of all, you ain't got no lawyers. You ain't got no money. You know how you roll, Umar. Umar always asking for somebody to do him a favor. Right? That's why his school ain't up. Because not enough people willing to do him favors to do shit for free. Right? And so what she has said, as she has come out in full force, right? We can all take that and look at all the other stuff he's been accused of in the past, all the things he himself has displayed and put it together, and come to a conclusion that, hey, she's probably not wrong, right? And when you look at her talk, you can tell she's being honest because she didn't even hold back from what she was doing, And you can see she is a mother of boys. And I've said it before. Umar Johnson takes advantage of single mothers who want to protect and help their boys, right? Yet, have you ever heard Umar well, not Umar. Have you ever heard any testimonies from any boys that Umar Johnson has supposedly saved, rescued, or helped? Ever? Is there any group of boys online that say, man, Umar Johnson helped me out a lot? Because he touts that he's helped thousands of boys. He's this and that. And I mean, when he drops his credentials, there are people, you would think there were people who could back him up, but nobody's ever backed it up, right? And if you talk about, you've been doing this for about 15 years, you would think somebody would come up, but nobody come up, right? Like me, I can tell you my credentials. Anybody in my life can repeat and say, yeah, he did all that. That's him. I don't lie because I know there's people who know me in real life. Because one day, somebody who know you, they may decide to hate on you because you're a success. And they might decide, you know what? I'm going to try to clout chase off him. And I'm going to go and reveal him to be a liar, right? Anybody could do that nowadays, right? So it doesn't help you to lie or embellish on yourself because somebody who know you in real life and always come out and be like, that's motherfucker bullshit, right? And it seems like, in this case, he done F with the wrong person. I think if he would have just like talked shit and didn't bring up sexual stuff, she might have not have, came out at him so hard. But you're not going to disrespect a black woman like that online and think she's not going to come out and say some shit, right? And she didn't lie. And this is how you know that she's not lying. You see, if she was immature and she wanted to lie, she'd have come out and said Umar Johnson thing was like this. That's the first thing. If she was we all know it. She would have came out and said thing like this, right? But that's not what she said now, is it? I'm not going to repeat what she said, but she gave him a compliment, right? Why would she do that if her mode is to attack him and belittle him, right? She's just trying to be truthful and keep it 100. And you could just see from her, she is literally the target that he targets. You could look at all his events, right? Look at everywhere he go, look who's sitting in the crowd. And remember that big girl called him out while he was at that event that one time, right? And he gonna sit there and act like, I don't touch you, you flat back, this, that. He did it then. He did that shit then. Disrespecting that lady, the big lady who said that they was together. Now I believe that shit. I believed it back then. Because Umar like him big. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with a thick one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Umar Johnson think. He wants you to think that he only deals with Coke bottles because maybe that's attached to his status or whatever. Like, hey, if you like a big girl that got a little extra falafel and fufu and all that, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like those are the women that he gets. Those are the women he's attracted to, but he don't want to admit it, right? But I'm just saying, I think he fucked with the wrong one this time. Because she seemed to got time today. She got time. So now Umar's all over the world. Right now, he in South Africa, being a Pan-African, doing his thing on stage, performing, saying a lot of good shit. All right? A lot of good shit. But at the same time, back home, he getting destroyed. I'm seeing all these videos, he's getting destroyed. And then we got the daughter situation. It's like, if you a school psychologist, and you got your daughter out here crashing out left and right, and then you look at the daughter, right? She does seem somewhat of an opportunist. He can only control but so much what she say, right? But she's a manifestation of his actions as a father, right? And if he is a school psychologist and one of the number one, school psychologists in the world, like he like to say, then he would have known how to psychologize his way into a good relationship with his daughter. He would have been able to fix the situation. He would have been able to talk his way into being in good graces with his baby mama, right? And any means necessary to have a good relationship with his daughter because they had a good relationship at one point, right? That's how they got together. So anything can be fixed if you put the effort towards it, right? For the sake of everybody. But it doesn't seem like he wants to do that. He calls her out of her name. He calls a lot of females out of their names. So I'm starting to think Umar Johnson doesn't actually believe that the black woman's God. I think he just say that so he can get some cat. I think he's a roving preacher. I've been saying in my video, I think he's a sweaty roving preacher, like a lot of them, and he just likes to take advantage of the women in his congregation. That's what he do. Like, I guarantee you in South Africa right now, he got a couple of jump offs in South Africa. I bet you every country he go to, he got some woman to pick him up at the airport, some woman to stay at some woman's house, right? Or to come over to his hotel or to pay for his hotel, right? He got a few of them that's enamored with his ability to speak with passion, right? You know, the gift of gab, you know, it don't take much sometimes, you know, for some of these women. And it's a numbers game. So if you got 50, 60 women in the crowd, one of them ready to open up the legs for you, you know, because you're famous, right? So I'm just saying, do y'all think because this one, I don't think is going away, y'all. I do not think this one is going to go away because now other people are coming out. Now all the bigger social media guys are jumping on it because, you know, they're all piranhas. All the podcasts, all the little social media, they're all piranhas. They smell blood in the water and they just come. I've never seen so many people go after Umar Johnson like this. Never. And it's his fault. All he had to do is leave that part out about the Kit Kat. That's all he had to do. Because we all knew it was bullshit. And we know he was down there. You know he was down there. You know it. He was down there. How you know what it smelled like that? How you know it is you know, lobster and shrimps down there? You saw it when he was down there? That's what it was. He was down there, John. You know, because I believe homegirl was putting it on. All right, that's why he kept going back. All right, but man, listen, he ain't gonna be able to. I don't think he's gonna be able to talk his way out of this one. I think it's gonna destroy the credibility. He's still holding on to a lot of credibility because there are a lot of people that's not paying attention to this. And he got a lot of people who subscribe to him that think this is just a big attack against him. And, you know, and they're going to defend him to the death. You know how fans can be, right? Right? But I don't know about this one because it's just too much at one time. You got the daughter, you got this lady, you got him saying it out of his mouth. You got all the other shit people putting together. You know what I'm saying? You got the YouTube detectives and shit, Instagram, TikTok detectives, and he already arrogant and shit. That's his problem. That's why I like the Prince of Pan-African, King Kong, like, nah, the most requested. No, you're not, bro. Trust me. The most requested scholars are getting paid like $250,000 per speech. Okay? The most requested black scholars are getting paid, okay, when they go speak. This man clearly can't get paid because he need people pick him up at the airport, right? He ain't got no money to take care of his mama, right? He just seemed to be, he don't got no house. You know what I mean? Like, he don't have a house that he can put his mama in, and he can't afford to take care of her, and he can't afford to put this school together. Because a real scholar who getting paid all his money and the most requested, guess what? They would have had the money to build a school. They would have had the money to build that school. So that's all bullshit and cap, straight up. Now, he do have the money to buy some of the most awesome dashikis, all right? Because the dude be dressing to the T, right? Or he probably getting them for free by one of his ladies or something. You know, when he go to Africa, like, yeah, can you give me some free fabric? Can you get your tailor to make that for me for free? Because, you know, he like free shit. That dude don't like to pay for nothing. He cheap. I'm telling you. But honestly, I don't think he's recovering from this one. But we gonna see. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all, do y'all think he's going to be able to bounce back from this controversy? Because I don't see it. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach them. I'm out.